a few years ago, you and Brandon made the decision, as I did, about the same time, that we would be LGBTQ affirming and help our churches get to that point. And it was exhilarating, and it was deeply painful too, wasn't it?
Yes, you couldn't be more right on both counts.
Yeah. So
we learned a lot from you. We were watching you, by the way, and felt very kindred with you and your faith community virtually the same time, and your leadership, and it lent us a lot of strength and courage and language. You've been a mentor to us, and so we're deeply grateful for your witness and your courage to what we, of course, believe is just doing the right thing.
Right. Exactly right. And, if it's not, as some of my friends who left our church, and there were plenty of them, they asked me, do you think you could be wrong about this? And I said, well, maybe so, but if I'm wrong, I'm willing to take the risk that I stand before God and say, I actually took that grace thing really seriously, and I'm sorry if mercy overcame my commitment to the law. And, I only halfway am joking about that. But I was serious with them when we had those conversations, because they were earnest about their position too. Look, we can't always know that we're right, but we're supposed to make a commitment to following the path that's before us as best we know. And
that's right.
I remember when I started to do this, I'm sort of at the tail end of the logical arc of my ministry, and I thought, okay, I was 27 years the pastor of this church, and people were saying to me, "Oh, but your legacy, oh, but your legacy," and I'm sort of like, "Oh, but my kids, oh, but my friends who are gay, oh, but," and how am I going to look myself in the mirror someday if I say, "Oh, I was protecting my image," and
that's right.
You just can't do it.
No, you really can't. And I hit the exact same impasse. And I had a public ministry in a similar space in sort of evangelical women's subculture, and I was very rewarded for my work there, and it worked for me. That's my first language. It's my native tongue. I understand all the rules, both explicit and implied. I know how to hit my marks. I can do it with charisma even, which is doubly rewarded. But my internal tension had grown to such a boiling point. And, obviously this particular issue forefront, what the LGBTQ community and my refusal to stand with them and by them in favor of self-preservation. But it was more than that too. It was women in authority. It was the protection of abusers. It was this lingering, weird aversion to doing the work of dismantling white supremacy. It was a lot. And all of that just built and built and built. And I knew that those questions, those conversations, and those types of allyship would be punished. I knew it. Of course, I'd seen it. You've seen it. We knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
We knew what was happening. But
you had betrayed us. Yes.
We knew. But it was either I was going to get to hang on to my career as I knew it, as I built it, or I was going to get my integrity. But I didn't get both. They were contrary. And so I picked integrity. I picked my neighbor. And I feel like it's the best decision we ever made. And the only regret that I have is we did not step into that space sooner. I regret the years before.
I totally agree with that. In fact, I have apologized and repented.
Me too.
For how long it took me, because I think that my heart was there before my head was, and I wouldn't let my head get there. Because I knew the consequences, and I finally couldn't live with myself until I did. So,
absolutely same.
But the beautiful thing, Jen, and I know you're experiencing this as well, is we thought at the beginning of all of this that the choice was really to keep your career and these relationships or keep your integrity. And what we found is that we got this whole new group of friends.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
got a whole new community. We've got people that often felt
Oh my gosh.
exiled from God and the church, and now that those friendships and the joy that we get to share with people, it is wow. It was
It is
unexpected,
unbelievable, isn't it?
unbelievable.
Brandon and I marvel at how expansive our life feels now.
Hmm.
And what, sometimes when you dismantle something down to the studs, you don't have a vision at all for what will be rebuilt. You don't know.
Right.
And you can't
Right.
know. You can't
Right.
possibly know what will come in that space. And we didn't either. But to see the rebuilding with these friends and this faith community, and even this wider world of the spiritually curious, which of course you and I have also
Right.
now discovered,
Yes. Yes.
where hard questions and challenging discussions are not deal breakers. They're not game enders. They're just
Right.
simply a part of the fabric of being alive in the world as a image bearer of God. And so that surprise discovery
Yeah.
has
Right.
been the greatest joy. I just can't believe it. And I just want to go back. I just want to turn to the people who are where we were when it was that very terrifying, probably private, secret inquiry.
Mm-hmm.
Too scared yet to say it out loud, too yet to even give themselves permission to ask new questions of
Right.
doctrines that we were handed. I want to just go back and say, oh, it's all worth it. Like there will
Right.
be a cost built in, 100%. We're not going to deny that.
Right.
But the beauty, the freedom, the community on the other side, I feel like it gave me my faith back, to be honest
Right.
with you.